हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रेंड्स। ए वीडियो रे आमे जानिबा क्लासरूम ऑब्जर्वेशन टूल डेवलप बाय TNSCRT एंड गाइडलाइंस फॉर स्कूल विजिट्स बाय CRCC। तेबे ए क्लासरूम ऑब्जर्वेशन टूल कोन रहिछि ताहा डिटेल्स जानिबा। तेबे 1 अगस्त 2024 रु ए क्लासरूम ऑब्जर्वेशंस टी हबो। गाइडलाइन फॉर स्कूल visit by CRCC 2024-25 classroom observation tool. This is per the any previous guidelines issue. Under classroom observation, the CRCC will observe the classroom, gather evidence, give details feedback to the teachers, set goals focused on students' learning outcomes, record their observation in the school register and observation form. CRCC will discuss evidence-based feedback and constructive suggestions. Evidence recorded while observations, lesson plans, student engagement, teachers' feedback in workbooks with the teachers or discussion feedback previously given. CRCC will record the feedback shared with the school using the classroom observation register signed by the CRCC teacher observe and the HM. They will also fill up the online classroom observation Google form with the notes taken after the discussion with the head teacher. CRCC will observe the teachers by following the 5 steps approach of mentioning details as mentioned below. The time duration suggested for the various activity outlined below. Under the 5 steps, supportive supervision process may be increased as per the need judgment of the CRCC. Monitoring visit a 5-step process रही। Attend the school on time and participate in the school assembly. 40 minutes of classroom observation करिवे। Key activity रही। Observe the teaching process through the classroom observation tool. Key points सब कौन रही देखंतु। Observe the entire period and without interrupting the teachers or the teaching learning process. Observation of teaching and teaching process based on the classroom observation tool. And attach as an annexure रही देखिबा। Make notes of the classroom process and complete the form after the class. Observe the use of teaching plan and use of TLMs. Usage of the weekly learning cycles and academic planner. Attach as an annexure weekly learning cycle and academic planner जोटा कि स्कूल एंड मास एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट शेयर करिसेंती मंथली क्लस्टर लेवल मीटिंग माध्यम रे। देन सेकंड स्टेप है स्पॉट असेसमेंट 10 मिनट। की एक्टिविटी आफ्टर क्लासरूम ऑब्जर्वेशन डू ए स्पॉट असेसमेंट विथ ए मिनिमम ऑफ 2 students and maximum of 4 students in the class. Choose on a random basis and the assessment tracker display in the classroom can be referred as well. CRC shall refer the workbook, textbook to ask 2-3 questions from the content taught in the previous week. CRCC may ask the children to recognize the taught letter, matra, read and write words, read a paragraph from the workbook only for grade 2 and 3, or any content that is printed on the classroom walls, etc. CRCC may ask students to solve simple numeric applications and understanding based questions from the content taught. Key points: the purpose of this spot assessment is to understand the learning level of the children. Based on this, to structure the discussion with the teacher. Then step 3 है conversation with the teachers. टीचर मान सहित कथबार्ता आलोचना करेंगे, कन्वर्सेशन करेंगे। key activity after completion of classroom observation. Have a detailed conversation with the teachers. Process कौन रहिबो conversation रो? Process for discussion with the teachers. During the conversational classroom teaching learning process should not be affected. Find a proper place where the teacher finds it comfortable without interruptions from other teachers and or HM. Being the conversation by asking the teachers about their preparation and understanding of how the class went, what went well, areas of improvement, etc. Share your views on certain key aspects. Begin with the positive side of the class and share feedback based on their points of observation. Share with the teacher regarding that day's teaching process, children's participation, use of TLMs and spot assessment findings. Help the teachers to identify the action items or way forward. If needed, provide a demo for the teachers such as the correct procedures for carrying out an activity, the use of the teacher handbook, the correct procedure for conducting weekly assessment, etc. Set 1-2 action point for the month based on the discussion and reflection. Record the feedback and action point in the classroom observation register signed by the teacher, head teachers and CRCC. In the following visit, CRCC will start by discussing the progress of the action points set in the previous visit. General information about the school. 10 minutes ରହିଛି. CRCC will collect the information of the school enrollment, attendance, availability of TLMs and library books on the COT. Classroom observations register be used to give on the spot feedback to the school. Then step 5 hela 4th hela general information about the school. 5 hela conversation with head teachers. Key activity रही कौन? CRC will interact with the head teachers to understand the implementation of the academic aspects. Process for discussion with the head teachers. What work related to language numeracy teaching is currently being done in the class? When did you last observe the classroom and or check the children's workbooks? What did you think about it? When and how was the learning level of children assessed? Note down any feedback they have regarding the usefulness of the teaching material in the class. Consolidate the discussion and feedback in the classroom observation register at the school. A review of the visit. The DO shall hold a monthly review with the BRCC on the visit done by the CRCC, DRM, BRM to include this in the agenda, and the following points should be added to the review. Visit coverage to ascertain the protocols are followed, obtain reasons for not visiting the school, etc. Discuss findings, make an action plan, send an update to state address to the pedagogy section of OSEPA. एटा हला प्रोसीजर. तेबे किपरि केउ पॉइंट सब की पॉइंट सब रही केउ गुडी को ऑब्जर्व करी करा हेबा ऑब्जर्वेशन टूल तहा देखिबा. देखंतु शिक्षक शिक्षा निर्देशालय और राज्य शिक्षा गवेषणा और प्रशिक्षण परिषद भुवनेश्वर श्रेणीगृह पर्यवेक्षण साधनी पर्यवेक्षकों पाई टिप्पणी. यही श्रेणीगृह पर्यवेक्षण साधनीटी एटा ओडिया रे अनुवाद होइछि जहाँ आमे डिस्कस कले. तेबे देखंतु यही श्रेणीगृह पर्यवेक्षण साधनटी केतेक सूचकों को नहीं प्रस्तुत करा जाइछि जहाँ आपनको श्रेणीगृह पर्यवेक्षण समय शिक्षक शिक्षार्थी कार्य को बुझीबारे साहाय्य करिवो. श्रेणीगृह परिस्थिति रे आपनको निरंतर सहायता प्रदान करिबारे साहाय्य करिवो. जणे मार्गदर्शक भावे ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହ ପରିଚାଳନାରେ ଶିକ୍ଷକମାନଙ୍କୁ ଗୁଣାତ୍ମକ ମାର୍ଗଦର୍ଶନ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବାରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଭୂମିକା ରହିଛି। ଆପଣ ଶିକ୍ଷକମାନଙ୍କୁ ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହ ପରିଚାଳନା ପାଇଁ ତଥ୍ୟ ଆଧାରିତ ବାସ୍ତବ ଶୈକ୍ଷିକ ସହାୟତା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବେ, ଫଳରେ ଶିକ୍ଷାର୍ଥୀମାନେ ଶ୍ରେଣୀଭିତ୍ତିକ ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ଫଳାଫଳ ହାସଲ କରିବାକୁ ସକ୍ଷମ ହେବେ। ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହ ପରିଚାଳନା ଆଧାରରେ ଶିକ୍ଷକମାନଙ୍କୁ ମାର୍ଗଦର୍ଶନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଏହି ସାଧନଟି ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିବ, ଫଳରେ ଶିକ୍ଷକମାନେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସୂଚକରେ ଅଗ୍ରସର ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଯଥେଷ୍ଟ ସୁଯୋଗ ପାଇବେ। ଏଇଟା ହେଲା ଟୁଲ୍ସ ସବୁ କ'ଣ ରହିଛି ଦେଖିନେବା। ତେବେ ଏହି ସାଧନୀର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ବୈଶିଷ୍ଟ୍ୟ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ହେଉଛି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣ ସୂଚକ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ସ୍ପଷ୍ଟ ଓ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ। ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା ଏହି ସାଧନରେ ଶିକ୍ଷକଙ୍କୁ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ପରିଚାଳନା କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟାୟକ୍ରମେ ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଭିତ୍ତିକ ସହାୟତା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବାକୁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ରଖିଛି। ଏହି ସାଧନଟି ଶିକ୍ଷାର୍ଥୀ ଓ ଶିକ୍ଷକ ଶିକ୍ଷାଦାନ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାକୁ ବୁଝିବା, ଶିକ୍ଷାଦାନ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାକୁ ପ୍ରତିଫଳିତ କରିବା, ଉଚ୍ଚସ୍ତରୀୟ ଗୁଣାତ୍ମକ ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟା କରୁଥିବା ଶିକ୍ଷକଙ୍କୁ ଚିହ୍ନଟ କରିବା, ସେମାନଙ୍କ ସମ୍ବଳକୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରି ଅନ୍ୟ ଶିକ୍ଷକଙ୍କୁ ଉତ୍ସାହିତ କରିବା ଓ ସକ୍ଷମ କରିବାରେ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିବ। ଏହି ଟୁଲ୍ଟି ବା ସାଧନଟି ଶିକ୍ଷକମାନଙ୍କୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାକୁ ବୁଝି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିବାରେ ସକ୍ଷମ କରିବ ଏବଂ ଶିକ୍ଷାର୍ଥୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ଶ୍ରେଣୀଭିତ୍ତିକ ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ଫଳାଫଳ ହାସଲ ଦିଗରେ ଉନ୍ନତି ଆଣିବା ପାଇଁ ପଦକ୍ଷେପ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବ। ଜିଲ୍ଲା ବ୍ଲକରେ ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହ ପରିଚାଳନାର ପନ୍ଥାଗୁଡ଼ିକ ସ୍ଥିର କରିବାରେ ଏହି ସାଧନଟି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିବ। ତଦନୁଯାୟୀ CRCC ଲିଙ୍କେଜ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଆବଶ୍ୟକ ଭିତ୍ତିକ ଦକ୍ଷତା ବିକାଶ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ ବ୍ଲକ, ଜିଲ୍ଲା ଓ ରାଜ୍ୟ ସ୍ତରରେ ପ୍ରସ୍ତୁତ କରାଯିବ। ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣ ଫର୍ଦ୍ଦରେ ଉଲ୍ଲେଖ ହୋଇଥିବା ସମ୍ଭାବ୍ୟ ଉତ୍ତରକୁ ନିମ୍ନମତେ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବେ। ୟେସ୍ 70%ରୁ ଅଧିକ, ଆଂଶିକ 40ରୁ 70% ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଏବଂ ନା 40%ରୁ କମ୍। ଆପଣ ବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟର ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଶୈକ୍ଷିକ ସହାୟତା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ସାଧନଟିକୁ ବିସ୍ତୃତ ଭାବେ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରାଯାଉଛି। ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପ୍ରାମାଣିକ ବାସ୍ତବ ତଥ୍ୟ ଏବଂ ମନ୍ତବ୍ୟ ବା ବିବରଣୀ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ CRCCକୁ ଶିକ୍ଷକମାନଙ୍କ ଦକ୍ଷତା ବିକାଶ ପାଇଁ ଯୋଜନା କରିବାକୁ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିବ। ଦୟାକରି ଧ୍ୟାନ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଯେ ଏହା କୌଣସି ପ୍ରଶାସନିକ ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ କିମ୍ବା ଶିକ୍ଷକଙ୍କ ମୂଲ୍ୟାୟନ ପାଇଁ ନୁହେଁ, ବରଂ ଶିକ୍ଷକଙ୍କ ଶ୍ରେଣୀଗୃହ ପରିଚାଳନାରେ ଏବଂ ଶିକ୍ଷାର୍ଥୀମାନଙ୍କର ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ସ୍ତରରେ ଉନ୍ନତି ଆଣିବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରସ୍ତୁତ କରାଯାଇଛି। ତେବେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣ ସାଧନୀଟି। এটা ସ୍କୁଲ ନାଁ, କ୍ଲଷ୍ଟର, ବ୍ଲକ, ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ, ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣ ତାରିଖ, ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷକ ନାମ, ଟିଚର୍ସ ନେମ୍, କ୍ଲାସ୍, ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଏଣ୍ଡ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣ ଅବଧି। ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣ ସାଧନୀ କ୍ଲାସ୍ 1, କ୍ଲାସ୍ 2, କ୍ଲାସ୍ 3 ବା FLN ଗ୍ରେଡ୍ସ ପାଇଁ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟବେକ୍ଷଣର ସୂଚକ ସମ୍ଭାବ୍ୟ ଉତ୍ତର। এইটা ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ 9ଟି, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, এইଟା 16ଟି ରହିଛି। ତାପରେ ଚତୁର୍ଥରୁ ଅଷ୍ଟମ ପାଇଁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ এইଟା ରହିଛି 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12। ତାପରେ ତନଖି ତାଲିକା ରହିଛି କ୍ଲାସ୍ 4ରୁ 8 ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ 8, 9, 10ଟି ନମ୍ବର। এইটা ହେଲା ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଭର୍ଜନ ଏବଂ ଇଂଲିଶ ଭର୍ଜନଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ସେଇଟା। ତେବେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଅବଜର୍ଭେବଲ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡିକେଟର ସବୁ ବା ସୂଚକ ସବୁ ଅଛି। ପସିବୁଲ୍ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ କ'ଣ ରହିଛି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ। The students are engaged individual or groups with print-rich materials and other TLM display in the classroom. Yes, partially, no, not available। 4ଟି କଲମ ଦିଆଯାଇଛି। ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ ପାଇଁ। ତାପରେ the student express freely on any tasks in their home language linking to their daily life experience and idea. The student engage in conversation through multiple ways: prompt, question, reading. The students are engaged in identification of the letter and matra in multiple ways. The students are independently writing in worksheets, workbooks, and practicing. The students are involved in reading the text with the teacher's support. The teacher follow a lesson plan linked to the learning outcomes. The teachers activate the children's previous knowledge by giving example based on student daily lives. The teacher demonstrates the process of forming words, reading words, and writing related tasks. Then the teacher demonstrates the concept through object and pictorial presentation for conceptual clarity and on numeracy. The teacher explains the procedural understanding of the concept through oral questions and word problems in the textbooks and workbook on numeracy. The teacher gives opportunity to students practice the concept in groups or individually. In an MGML classroom, multi-grade, multi-language classroom, the teachers engage with all the classes and teaching them grade-specific topic simultaneously. The teacher assess students' understanding during or after the lesson transaction. The teacher asks questions and gives ample time, example time to students in oral, written, numeracy activity. The teachers gives ample time. Okay, the teacher engaged students while summarizing the content. The teacher clarify the doubt of the students and check tasks in worksheet, workbooks, textbooks to provide individual feedback to student. Yes, more than 70, partially 40 to 70, no less than 40. Then classroom practice 1 to 3 ପାଇଁ. Has the timetable been designed for 120 minutes for literacy, 90 minutes for numeracy? Yes or no? Are the TLM being adequately used for the student during the lesson in alignment with the step of the activity? Are the student using workbooks regularly? Does the teacher encourage the use of students' home language in the classroom? Have assessment been conducted on the sixth day in the workbook? Does the teacher have worked with children falling behind after weekly assessment? Is the assessment record displayed in the classroom and used for the required period? Is the classroom neat and clean? Is the seating arrangement appropriate as per the need of the activity? Then grade 4 to 8. The teacher has an up-to-date lesson plan which contain allow activity assessment tools. The teacher activates children previous knowledge by giving example based on student daily lives. The teachers gives the opportunity to student practice the concept in groups and individually. The students are engaged individually or groups. The teachers engage students while summarizing the content. The teacher always listen and respond to each student by using positive and encouraging words with elaboration. The teachers use visual organization like a flow chart, concept map, tree diagram, etc. to represent the context. The teacher uses open-ended, analytical, and inferential questions to engage students. The teacher integrate e-resource in the teaching learning process. The teacher uses teachers and peer support teaching technique to ensure the learning of each student. Students are given opportunity to demonstrate their understanding during and after the lesson transaction. The teachers clarifies the doubts of the students and checks tasks to provide individual feedback to the student. Then ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା class 4 to 8. Are TLM available in the classroom, both text and workbook? Is the blackboard being used in the classroom transaction? Do all the students have workbooks? Is there a space to display student work? Does the class have learning outcomes, learning corners? Is the teacher assessing student learning in some form? Are classroom routines and procedure effectively implemented to maximize instructional time? Are the instructional strategy appropriate for the content being taught? Are the instructional strategy as appropriate for a particular class? Is the classroom well light and ventilated and clean? ଏହିପରି ରହିଛି ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ। এই ଟୁଲ୍ ବା ସାଧନୀକୁ ଏଇଟା ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଭର୍ଜନ୍ ଆଉ ଇଂଲିଶ ଭର୍ଜନ୍ରେ ରହିଛି। ଓକେ। Thank you friends, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. See you again soon.